about the Lower East Side.
This is us! This is where I'm born and raised! Born and died in the Lower East Side!
Lower East Side. Hey, you ready,
You
Tino?
better believe it, motherfuckers! This is where we're from!
All right. Sometimes I feel like a really old man. I have memories of my old man's 1978 Monte Carlo with H-Rock. I remember some of the original 1970s punk rockers were still hanging out when I first started hanging out. Many I got high with, some I just stormed past them, but when they told their stories, I listened. I remember the trains were covered with graffiti. There were no cell phones or pages. You had a copy of drugs on the street corner, putting money in a bucket or a hole through the wall and hope that you didn't get burned. I remember once you crossed First Avenue, it smelled like beer and piss, and not many whiteys crossed there in the night unless they were on some drug mission or seeking some kind of adventure. I remember hearing the sounds of roosters and community gardens that were there. It made me feel like I was in a little Puerto Rico. I remember Italian-American social clubs and Irish festies. I remember outside of the West Village, gays kept it in the closet because it wasn't tolerated or accepted anywhere else. I remember going to a church as a little boy. As fucked up as the world was, it seemed more people had religion now. I remember neighborhoods made sure you were not, to let you know you were not welcome if your ethnic group didn't have a strong presence. I remember we pledged allegiance in school. I remember Gateway National Park along the Belt Parkways where they dumped bodies and destroyed cars for insurance money. I remember Lenny and John's Pizza always sucked, but it was the one place that you could go and grab a bite after 3 a.m. in Brooklyn after playing a gig at Lamore's. I remember the bathrooms at CBGB's and taking chicks in there to bowl, shooting drugs and getting into fights. I remember the only place you could buy a pair of Doc Martens was in a basement of a place called 99X. I remember a lot more homeless people in hooker strolls. I remember you bought your works on the street or waiting till one of them harm reduction vans rolled around. I remember the Aztec, downtown Beirut, boners. I remember hanging out on street corners with a 12-inch mohawk blasting music with my shirt off in the hot summer heat. The smell of rotten garbage and seeing used works and condoms everywhere. I remember dudes with long hair who would get called fag and chased in certain neighborhoods. I remember seeing people OD'd on street corners, and there were bodies. Many would lie there for hours before anybody came. I remember the end of the Cold War with Ivan versus G.I. Joe, Rocky versus the Russians. I remember VCRs costing out $500, and very few people had them. I remember sleeping with fans in the summertime and school lunch programs. I remember food stamps were actually paper, and I would get 7 on the 10 for them. I remember middle age meant 35 to 40, and the life expectancy was 78 nationwide. I remember every grocery store on Avenue B, you could buy 1-in-1 open Coke and 25-cent water. I remember. I remember too, baby.